Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Vlogmas day 4. And let me just start by saying, keeping up with Vlogmas is not for the faint of heart. For whatever reason, although I work from home, I cannot find the time in the day to vlog anything. So anyway, we move, as the Brits say. I picked up this little contraption probably a month or two ago. Time flies. And essentially it shows you it's a projector. It projects what your front camera is seeing. So this is kind of nice for me to have to make sure I'm centered. Now I will say, if you're out and about and you think you're gonna use this and be vlogging all day, it's not gonna happen. When I'm projecting the footage to this device, this overheats and my phone overheats. So this is just a temporary, maybe that's what it's for. This is just a temporary tool to see how you fit in the frame. But if you guys are interested in vlogging and I think most people know by this point that the front camera is the better camera and you just don't feel confident vlogging and not being able to see yourself, pick this up on Amazon. It was less than, I want to say $35. I'm thinking it was around $34.99, but a really good investment. So anyway, share with you all some places that I've been enjoying. If you watched my last couple of videos, you will know that I am stuck in Massachusetts for the foreseeable future. If there's any confusion around that, again, look back to the video entitled, I think it is, Starting Over at 35 Plus, Stuck in Massachusetts. That will explain everything. So I wanted to highlight this is life with a toddler. I'm always sick. This is life with a toddler in daycare. Let me clarify that. And I wanted to highlight places and things that I've enjoyed doing in Massachusetts, things that are unique to Massachusetts. And that's kind of keeping in the spirit of gratitude and not focusing solely on the negative. Okay, so I'll start with the more simple things and then work my way up. So the food in Massachusetts, this is a pretty broad subject, but the food in Massachusetts, I would say, is much better than the food in South Florida. Very rarely do I have a poor dining experience here. It seems that they do take customer service seriously as well as food quality. I've been going to this breakfast spot in Attleboro. It's called Burgundian. It is amazing. I have never had a bad meal there. They have excellent brunch, they have excellent lunch, they have a great dinner menu, great coffee. I don't pride myself on being a coffee connoisseur, but the other day I went and purchased one of their specialty coffees, and now I understand why people pay hundreds of dollars for a good coffee maker. The coffee was like so thick and rich. It wasn't like water, And I didn't order, what did I order? I think it was a latte, but I don't know. Everything just tastes so rich. The texture was rich, the taste was rich, and it was effective. Like if I had the bright idea to take a nap that day, it wasn't happening. The caffeine was definitely doing its thing. Their menu is so random. Like they have Canadian poutine, they have a Costa Rican dish, they have a Filipino dish, they have German dishes, American dishes. I have tried the American stuff as well as the Costa Rican dish that they have. 10 out of 10. Every time I go, no matter what time of the day, no matter what day of the week, the food is so good. Probably can imagine South Florida's nightlife is pretty much unmatched in America. I don't know any other major city that can compete outside of maybe New York, but New York has winter. So that is gonna knock it down a few pegs. But I recently discovered this place called Hue in Boston, and when my friend from Toronto recently visited, I took her there. Vibes unmatched. Now, it's not my favorite place, but I'm happy to know that spaces like this exist in Boston. If you are a fan of R&B, hip hop, Afro beats, dancehall, reggae, soca, I highly encourage you to check out this place. It's a supper club, so they do have food, and then it kind of is a nightclub slash lounge. Nice. I will say the crowd um, is probably 20s to early 40s. They do have some nights where they cater to a 30 and older crowd. I have yet to visit when they have that specific event. I went on a random Saturday, but the venue is nice. It's large. They have different rooms. They have really good DJs. So overall, I was impressed. I did not think a space like this existed in Boston, and I didn't discover it until maybe 7 months ago. So if that's your vibe, check out Hue in Boston. I actually discovered a list of places with similar vibes. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, drop in the comments down below. I'll make a video or I can just message you directly. So that's Boston. In Providence, they have this place that I like. It's called Afrique de Lounge. This, as a name you can probably pick up on, is a African joint. The owner, I believe, is Liberian, but they do cater to the continent, I would say. Like, a lot of their patrons are from all over Africa and even the Caribbean. Same type of vibe as Hue in terms of they serve food, as well as it's like a lounge, a hookah lounge slash dance club. Did Hue have hookah? I don't know. I don't smoke hookah, but if that's what you're into, Afrique de Lounge offers that. It's in Providence. It's a more low-key vibe, but again, dance hall. Well, let me start with Afro beats, and they do play a little bit of dance hall and soca as well, but they primarily cater to an African crowd. If you're looking for, a low-key night, you want to hear good music, you want to be around a little bit of an older crowd, I would say the average age at Afrique is probably 30, mid-30s. Check that out. And that whole strip in Providence, that whole downtown strip in Providence has tons of restaurants, bars, lounges. So if you don't want to be bothered with Boston, Providence is a good option. And I found, like, on days where I'm just exhausted and I want to step out and have a little bit of fun, it's nice that there is a strip not too far away that has a variety of places. So Afrique de Lounge is my favorite spot on the strip, but they do have other places that play similar music. They don't serve similar food, but there are other places on the strip that have a similar vibe. Massachusetts, New England overall has a lot of events geared towards children. When I have my son, I usually just do a Google search and look for events, children events around me, and I can typically find 1 or 2 events each week. So in addition to just having access to a lot of children's events, the prices are reasonable for the child and the adult. In some cases, the children are free under 2 or 3, and then the adults, the price can vary, but I find that overall they lead on the more inexpensive side. They have a couple of local zoos, once again, relatively inexpensive. They have a zoo in Attleboro, they have a zoo in Providence, a zoo in Boston, they have an aquarium, of course, in Boston, and the zoo in Attleboro is less than $15 for adults, and children under 2, I believe, are free. And then the zoo in Providence is pretty reasonable as well. I don't remember the entrance fee off the top of my head, but I do recall them being reasonable. So that's good. If you have kids and you live in Massachusetts, you will never be bored. I realized Massachusetts comes alive in the summertime. Well, New England overall comes alive in the summertime. Martha's Vineyard, Cape Cod, Newport, these are all my favorite places to go in the summer. I definitely need to hit up Martha's Vineyard when they have Afrotech next year. it's just so beautiful. I probably don't have to say too much about any of these places that I just named. I do want to visit Nantucket. I haven't been there yet. I haven't visited there yet, but if you're looking to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle and you don't want to travel too far, it's nice that all of these places are kind of in our backyard. Like I've driven to Newport and the Cape for the day. So it's nice to know that there are places that offer a change of scenery, a slower pace that aren't too far away. So even if you don't want to do a weekend trip, again, you can drive an hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on where you are in Massachusetts, and there you are on the water. Castle Island as well. Castle Island's in Boston. That is my favorite place to get fried clams in the summertime and just kind of hang out. They have a big park. It's on the water as well. Now this last thing I have been saying to myself I want to start doing. When I was living in South Florida, I would attend Miami Heat games. I've gone to a couple of games. Now, if you know anything about Boston, you know that they love their sports teams. I live in suburbia. I am like closer to Foxborough than Boston, and obviously the Patriots. Well, not obviously. Some people may not know this, but the Patriots play in Foxborough. I don't understand the game of football, but I do want to learn. And I think that there is a soccer team that also plays at that stadium, or there may be an adjacent stadium in Foxborough, correct me if I'm wrong. So I wanted to start attending football games as well as Celtics games. And even catch a baseball game. The Red Sox, I think, are a decent team. Even a Bruins game. I don't know. I want to watch them all. I want to start going to Boston sporting events. I've heard for the NBA specifically, TD Garden is one of the hardest arenas to play in, so it'd be kind of nice to watch a game there and feel that energy. So anyway, that's my list. I kept it short and sweet. I will be adding more as I go along and I explore Boston and check off some of the places that I have on my list to go to that I haven't yet had the chance to patronize, and I'll keep you guys updated. If you are in New England or you reside in the greater Boston area and you've gone to any of the places that I mentioned, comment down below. If you have suggestions for me, like places that you feel like, based off of what I'm into, places you feel that I would have a good time at, or places you feel that I would enjoy, drop them down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you haven't done so already.